All right, J looks very weird. We haven't seen anything like this before. So first thing I'm gonna try is direct substitution to see if that yields any information. If I just kind of do my work on the side here, I get 1 over 0 plus 2, which is 2, plus 1 over 0 over 0. Okay, so I got a 0 on the bottom, but at the top I got this 1 over 0 thing, which is really strange. So I've never seen that situation before, because we know that if you get 0 over 0, that's indeterminate form and it's a whole, and number over 0 is a vertical asymptote. But it's neither of those situations. So let's try using some algebra to change this guy up to see if that might help us see a little bit clearer. So I'll rewrite this as 1 over x plus 2 plus 1 over x over x. What I'm going to do is try to combine this numerator and create one function to see maybe we can cancel stuff out. So what I'll do is I'm going to multiply this one by x plus 2 over x plus 2 to have a common denominator, and multiply this by x over x. So what that should do is get me x over x times x plus 2 plus x plus 2 over x times x plus 2 all over x. Then I can combine the numerators, and so I get x plus 2 and put it under the same denominator. Okay, so what I just did there is I just took this expression, and then I just combined the fraction into 1. Okay, so let me do a little bit of simplifying. Then what happens is it turns into 2x plus 2 over x times x plus 2, all divided by x. Or if we remember stuff about fractions, is if we can think of this bottom fraction as an x over 1, right? Because anything over 1 is itself. And we know that when you divide fraction by fraction, it's the same thing as multiplying one fraction with another by the reciprocal. Okay, so what that turns this into is 2x plus 2 over x squared times x plus 2. Let me try factoring the top, see if that helps. And I get 2 times x plus 1 over x squared times x plus 2. Oh man, nothing canceled out or anything. It's kind of a bummer. But now that we're in this form, let's see if direct substitution might give us some information. So now if I plug in 0, at the top I get 2 times 1, which is 2, over 0 squared times anything is going to be 0. Hey, so what do we know? 2 over 0 is a vertical asymptote. And what do we know about double-sided limits for vertical asymptote? We know that the answer is does not exist. Fantastic. All right, let's move down to K. Okay, so I can try plugging in 2 right away, and I will see. I'm willing to bet that this is a whole of some kind. I know the bottom is, the denominator is 0. Let's see what the top becomes. 3 times 2 squared, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 14 plus 2. Oh, it's actually not. It's a number, and specifically it's 28 over 0, meaning this is a vertical asymptote. Alright, so if it's a vertical asymptote, I gotta use vertical asymptote analysis. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in a number That's very close to 2, but coming from the right side. So let's try like 2.1 as an analysis. So if I do, here's my side work here. If I do 3, 3 times 2.1 squared plus 7 times 2.1 plus 2 all over 2.1 squared minus 4. I know that the top number is going to be, I'm going to just say a rough estimate. It doesn't have to be perfect. I know it's going to be roughly 28. But what's important is the sign. It's positive 28. That's the important part. Okay? Now, if you look at the bottom, 2.1 squared is a number that's larger than 4, right? So I don't know what exactly it is, but it's larger than 4. And then what happens when you get a number larger than 4 minus 4? You'd end up with a positive or a negative number. It would be a positive small number. I'm going to make something up like 0.1, but it's going to be positive 0.1. So here's the key. I have a positive on the top and a positive small number on the bottom. A positive divided by a positive gives us a positive, right? And so we know that this is going to approach positive infinity because we have a number divided by a very small number gives you a very large number. So positive infinity is the right answer for this one. Okay, let's look at L and M. If I plug L in 3, I get 2 times 3 plus 5 over 3 minus 3. That is definitely some number over 0, vertical asymptote. So what I'll do is I'll do the same analysis. I'll plug in a number like 3.1. Now what happens to the top? Is the top going to be positive or negative overall? Well, 2 times 3 is about 6, so 6 plus 5, definitely positive number. And the bottom number is 3.1 minus 3 is still going to be a positive, very small number. And so positive divided by positive is positive, and it's going to be positive infinity. Let's do the next one, 3 minus. So it's the same situation. We did the analysis before, found that's a vertical asymptote. Nothing changed because when you plug in 3, you get the same answer. It's a vertical asymptote. So I'm going to try 3 minus. So a number that's a little smaller than 3, like 2.9 plus 5 of 2.9 minus 3. So I know the top number approaches something positive, but the bottom number, 2.9 minus 3, is some negative small number. And I know when you have a positive divided by a negative, you end up with a negative, and it's negative infinity. All right, hope this helps.